Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of Heat Press Nation Live. My name is Jared. I am super excited today to be here because we have a very special guest who I'm going to introduce in just one moment. But before I do, I really quick want to welcome you to the show. Be sure to drop your comments today. I'm going to be monitoring the stream. I see we have Miss Phillips already saying good evening. Good evening. What? It's early today still. Tamara Banks from Fredericksburg, VA. There we go. Everybody's tuning in. So we're going to have a really good time today. Today is a very special edition of Heat Press Nation Live. We're going to be talking about forever products. Now, usually I'm joined by my co-host, Chris. And I'm not going to say we have a better Chris, a new and improved Chris, although one could say that. But so I don't hurt Chris One's feelings. Today I'm joined by a very special guest, the one and only Chris Godfrey from Forever Transfers USA. Chris, how you doing?
I am doing really well. Thank you, Jared, for inviting me in. I'm very happy to be here to show you guys a list of our products that we have and what Forever can actually do for you and your business. So I can't wait to treat you guys just like family, just like I am being treated here at Heat Press Nation.
Yes, sir. And you know what? I appreciate that. Chris has been here today just a couple hours, and I feel like we've been working together for like months and years now already. So it's really cool. Chris, thank you for joining us. So if you guys have any questions about Forever products, today's the day. Feel free to drop them in the comments below. I do see everybody tuning in right now. We got Maria from Arizona. We got Janae from Virginia. Diana Mendoza is laughing at my t-shirt. Yes. I'm glad somebody is enjoying that out there. We got some people from your area. We got S. Steiner coming in from Georgia.
Okay.
Mary from Baltimore, MD. Carrie says hello from Cloudy Lake, Elsinore, California. That's us. It's cloudy over here too. Mm-hmm. Let's see, that's YouTube. Where are my Facebook people at? Let's see. I'm bringing up Facebook. You guys always know that there's a lag on Facebook. It takes us a second to get out there. So give me just here we go. All right, and here on Facebook, we got Pamela from North Carolina. Mandy's saying hello. Dolores from Texas. Amy from New Mexico. Super good to have everybody here. And again, if you're just tuning in, welcome. I got my buddy Chris here from Forever Transfers. Today, by the way, we are offering 10% off of Forever products when you use the code Forever. Now, like we do every week, for those of you guys who follow us every week, you know we run flash sales every week. So while we're live, you could use that code Forever to take 10% off of Forever products. We are going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the episode. So if you want to win a $50 gift card to Heat Press Nation, we actually have 2 winners today. We're going to be pulling 2 names today. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the broadcast. We want to get as many people in here as possible ready to win. Okay, so today, again, I've already done so much talking. I'm going to shut my little mouth, or my big mouth, and I'm going to let Chris take over. Chris, why don't you show us what you brought here today, man?
Yeah, so I am here today to show off a couple of our products, not many of them, but one of the most and some of the most important ones that I think we currently offer. So I have our Forever Laser Dark that will be printed onto an A-foil sheet. We have a couple of these to show today, as well as our Multi-Trans Pro. It is able to be transferred over to many different types of substrates, from wood to glass, cork, metal. I'll have a wood demonstration, a cardstock, and kind of a cardstock book that we'll go ahead and show as well. And then we'll show off another one of my absolute favorites, our laser tattoo paper. Ooh. These guys right here are some of my most infamous, and I love them dearly. They're easy to apply, and some of the best things here on the market. I mean, I know we all love the old gumball machine tattoo feel. This is exactly that, and I can show you how to make it very easy and at home at the same time. So I'm excited to be here, Jared. I have a lot of good things to show off today.
Yes, sir. Okay, so what do you want to tackle for? Honestly, I love all of them, and I can't pick. I feel like we could just roll the dice. And I don't know. How do you want to pick? Which one are we doing first?
Hey, let's roll the dice. I mean, let's start from left to right. I mean, that's how we read. Go. That's perfectly fine for me.
Order.
We'll go ahead and just get started with our Laser Dark paper. Now, our Laser Dark is some of my favorite to use, especially with our new B Paper Pro. I'll have that here just to show off just a little bit. It's our B Paper Pro, you guys. This is what we basically would call an adhesive that we use to marry those two together. It's a bit of an upgrade from our previous B paper, so I'm very happy to show this one off today. Jared was super excited when I showed him how smooth it was to peel off with and how the color stayed on so well. So this is what we'll be using to marry with that A foil sheet for our Forever Laser Dark. Works great on cotton, polyester. We're looking at great with dark colors as well as light colors, and it's gonna come out super well. I mean, I barely have an issue with our B Paper Pro, so it's always gonna be a top tier favorite for me here.
That's pretty crazy, improving on something that's already amazing.
Exactly.
It's like, whoa.
And that's what Forever's about, Jared. We're really just about staying on top of the printing industry, making sure we're not repeating the same thing. There's no thing that you want to keep doing over and over and over because, you know, that's what they say the definition of insanity is. You keep doing the same thing. Why not elevate? Why not make it a pro? Why not make it a pro? We may just go pro at one point, you guys. I don't know. But the point is, we're going to make sure to keep elevating products. And that's why I'm here today to show you the elevation and where Forever currently is in the market versus whoever else you're currently using. Let me show you what sets us apart.
Awesome. Now, for those of you guys who may not be super familiar with white toner products or how they work, Chris, can you give us kind of just a quick overview, like what is white toner? How is it different from sublimation?
Okay, so white toner printing, the main thing there is we are not using ink with white toner printing. You are using a toner-based product, AKA toner, in that machine overall. I will always highlight that it's a low maintenance, easy to use application, especially with our paper, and the printer is easy to use as well. And the ways that you can manipulate the art to your advantage with the colors, with the details that come out of it, always a big thing for white toner, especially with the versatility. Let me say that as well. White toner, you can do all of this that's here on this board and on this table with us right now, plus more. I mean, I'm gonna be using my skin as a substrate. I'll be using wood as a substrate. I have 100% cotton t-shirts over here as well that I'll be using as a substrate. But the amount of things that you can do with just white toner versus sublimation, DTF, outstanding. I will always say that.
I love it. Yeah, but to me, that's always been one of the big attractions to white toner products is just the versatility. And here at Heat Press Nation, we don't tear things down to build other things up. I absolutely adore sublimation for what it is, for my for my coffee mugs, for like the socks, all the cool things that we do. But at the same time, sublimation is not great for, let's say, a black cotton t-shirt. So that's where you have products like white toner, like you're about to see right now. I think that's the first one up you said, right? We're gonna do so you're gonna see right now, we have a full color graphic going onto a black cotton t-shirt. We're not gonna cut it. We're not gonna weed it. The only thing we're not showing you on camera is we did print these with our Creo 8432 printer. Look at that color. Now that looks cool right there on the table. It's gonna look twice as good, 10 times as good once we put it on a t-shirt.
Oh, absolutely.
So the only thing we didn't show was we didn't print that live because our printer's downstairs and we're upstairs. But everything else, we're gonna show you how the process works. And Chris, why don't you show, as the questions come in, I'm gonna read them off to you.
Yeah, please go for it.
Oh, Pat Cunningham is saying, will this paper work on a white toner Uninet 600?
It will. We are compatible with the Uninet printers as well. So this works perfectly fine with it. Depending on the size, you can get these paper according to whatever size printer you currently have. A3, A4, 8x5 and 11, 11x17, or even in rolls, depending on how big and how much you're manufacturing at the time. So yeah, make sure you reach out to a local supplier and they'll be able to get that according to size for you.
And of course, if you're anywhere in the United States, Heat Press Nation, we got you covered. We carry, I wanna say the full line, but there's some new stuff that's coming online very soon. But we have pretty much I would say over 90% of the full line of Forever white toner products. So we're really excited to have that. And right now, if you want 10% off of any Forever product, right there, you could use that code. Use the code FOREVER. You're gonna get 10% off. We already ship for free to the lower 48 states with no minimums. Wow. So that's gonna be an incredible savings for you. So make sure you're ordering from Heat Press Nation. And yeah, let's do this t-shirt, man. I'm excited here.
Perfect. I'm very excited as well. So like Jared said, make sure you guys look at heatpressnation.com to make sure you're getting the products that I'm showing you today from them directly, especially with that sale that's going on right now. You're looking at a pretty good benefit, especially to test try the paper. I'm not sure what quantity they come in, but I think it's a really good thing to test out and use that code. It's really gonna help you out. I promise.
Right now we have most of the Forever Laser Dark, which is what you're using right now. We have most of that in 10 packs and 100 packs.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So.
All right, so we'll get started with this Forever Laser Dark. So like Jared was just saying, one of my favorite things about this is there's no cutting, there's no weeding, there's no backgrounds, and we're still gonna be getting fine details with vivid colors overall. So I love a good vintage looking picture or item. So this one has a bit of, vintage look to it. There's a bit of wear and tear on the skull as well as on the letters. Some of my favorite designs come like that. And I really like to use these to show that this B Paper Pro adheres to things so well. I mean, down to the marks inside, down to the sesame seeds on a bun, and even down to the pineapples, the tomatoes on this pizza here for Multitrans Pro. So with this process, like Jared said, we did not print here. This was pre-printed for me. Just got done with it downstairs, brought it up here. And what we're gonna do first off after printing is always marry these together. So I'll apply that A foil directly onto the B Paper Pro, which will be this one right here. I love the back of it because it tells you do not print on this paper. That's the main thing you need to focus on. It tells you that it's self-weeding, a 2-paper system, exactly what printer it works for, and it shows you what direction to put this paper into your onto your heat press as well. So you'll always do logo side up. You'll never do logo side down. And that white part, the adhesive, is what's gonna be applied to the A foil and the image there. So we'll go ahead and get this guy pressed right now. We're gonna be looking at a 90-second press time for these two together, and then we'll go ahead and separate them immediately. So I'll go ahead and make my way on over to the heat press.
Yeah, me and Chris are gonna trade places. Usually I get to do the demos, but today, why would I be doing demos when we got literally the pro?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of tired of you guys looking at Jared here. I had to come take over his market. Every time I got on social media, it's his face. Jared. And I was like, you know what, guys? Let me get in there. Let me show you what someone can actually do that's not Jared, because Jared isn't the pro out here.
Just so you know, pros. I'm sick of me too, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, he gets it, so it's no problem. It's no problem. So like I said, we're gonna be at 300 degrees. Anywhere about 10 degrees lower or 10 degrees higher is perfectly fine. This paper is made for many different climates. We are a German-based company, so a lot of things that we do will be in the mountains or will be in cold environments. So they've made sure to test this paper in different climates to make sure you're getting the best usage out of it. So right now I'm sitting at 300 degrees. It just went down to 299 just because I've opened it for a second. And I'll go ahead and press this for a solid 90 seconds. So we'll get this bad boy pressed in. Now I typically use a Insta. The brand. I will go ahead and just touch on heat presses just a little bit. The Insta brand with our paper, we do currently have the Insta Forever Edition. That's a great one to use, but I've just been playing around with this Signature Pro today, guys, and let me be honest, this thing is a beast. I mean, it's doing a really good job at helping them marry together, and it's producing really good garments for me, so I won't knock it. I really have to give some props to these guys, and you can also find this one at Heat Press Nation as well.
Yes,
a really good heat press to use. And always make sure you're using a quality heat press. That's a big thing right now. Just like his shirt says with the anti-Amazon Heat Press Club, you guys, just because it can arrive in 2 to 3 business days doesn't always mean that you're getting the best quality. Same thing with your paper. I've seen many people go onto Amazon and say, heat transfer vinyl paper. Oh, this will be here by tomorrow at 2 p.m. I have an order to come out. You may not be producing the best quality garment for the people that are buying something from you. So it's just something to be mindful of. Just because it's convenient doesn't mean that it's quality. And that's just all I can say about that.
Dude, those are some gold nuggets right there.
Yeah, it really is.
So we got 12 seconds left. Okay,
Perfect,
I was gonna ask you a question, but
shoot.
after you peel.
Okay, I'll wait till that peel. So I'll go ahead and just release in just a second. Let's see. Perfect. So I love this heat press especially because I can pull it out and I can really show what's going on here. And let me talk about this B Paper Pro. It's so smooth and so easy to use. Guys, they wanted me to use gloves, but all the real crafters know you can do this without a glove at any
I don't know how he's doing that. I'm always burning my fingers at this step, so I'm looking at him in awe right now. I'm like, I honor your fingertips, sir.
There we go. So with the B Paper Pro, I will always recommend you staying low and making sure you follow in a smooth, fluid motion across that sheet and not just pulling directly. Where's my camera? So the only thing that comes off of this B Paper Pro is gonna be the image that's there. Not sure if it's coming through
Here, hand it
very
to me.
well.
I think I can show it to this camera.
It comes off extremely well.
Let's go overhead. You can kind of, there we go. You might be able to see it in that shadow. There we go. You see a little bit of the imprint and that's just the adhesive because the adhesive only sticks to the print, right?
Yep, that's all that it sticks to overall.
There we go.
So as well with these, this is the only one we're going to show that's being pressed. We actually married the others together, but I wanted to show the full process. So with this, as soon as it comes off the heat press, I want you to trim those sides because there is a little bit of adhesive that's on there from the edge of the paper. So I'll always trim those off. I don't want any of that to ever transfer over to my garment that I'm currently doing. So I'll just get that trimmed.
And this is the only cutting we're gonna do. So you don't pass this through the vinyl cutter.
Absolutely.
You don't gotta do any of that.
None of that at all. That is the most and only cutting you will ever be doing onto that piece of paper there. We are true to it, not new to it when we say self-cutting, self-weeding paper, and that's all you have to do. So now that's come out beautifully. Set that down for you all.
I love that.
Just to see that. It's perfect. I'm in California, so I had to come with some great ready-made garments and designs.
I'm still in party mode from Cinco de Mayo, so this is this is perfect.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, we have a couple questions. Actually, we got a bunch of questions streaming in. So
Yeah, shoot.
while you set up the t-shirt, I'm gonna ask a few. Let me see here. There we go. My eyes are not great, guys. All right, so first question. This one came in a couple minutes ago. Where did it go? Beverly Glover is asking, can you use the Sawgrass printer for this?
So this is not a sublimation paper. Let me say that number one. We do have sublimation paper available, such as our Subli Light, Subli Glitter, and Subli Flex 202, but you should be using a white toner printer for these. It works the best. This is what they're exactly made for. But if you're looking for sublimation, check out our website, take a look at our printing areas. We have an area for every single printer out there. And then after that point, please reach out to me or reach out to our team and I'll help you find a supplier that has sublimation paper for you. But no, these are only for white toner products currently.
Yeah, everything today, while we do have, like Chris is saying, we do carry the sublimation paper here from Forever. We have Forever Subli Light, Subli Light Glitter, and Forever Subli Flex 202. We're not showing those today. Everything today is gonna be for the white toner printers. And most of this was printed on the Creo 8432 downstairs.
Yep, everything was
And
actually.
then, so printed on the Creo 8432. Alrighty, next question. Mr. Dutch Hack 10 says, do you have to have the vintage look?
No, you don't have to have the vintage look at all. I have a couple of designs that don't have that vintage look. We'll show those in just a moment, but the vintage look is just something special to me. I really appreciate it. It helps show the details that this can grab onto. Like he showed with the B paper. I mean, the only thing that was taken off of that adhesive was the imprint on the image. So you get down to the finest of details, and that's really what I'm emphasizing today, how fine and how beautiful it still can be. But full color images work well. We'll talk about rasterization a different day, but full color images that have that rasterization come out amazing. So it works everywhere, trust me.
Perfect. Linda's asking, do you need to mirror the image?
You always need to mirror the image. Now, I do work with the graphics team. I will shamelessly plug graphicbuddies.com. We do create and make our own graphics. And if I'm not mistaken, so does Heat Press Nation as well. They make and have their own graphics team. So,
yes, HPN Design Store. Make sure you check that out.
Got to plug them as well. So my graphics team actually makes these images for me. They do come mirrored to me. So I don't typically have to mirror these myself, but always be mindful in your system to hit that mirror button. I have messed up so many shirts, so many A-foils by not pressing the button. It's just a common mistake we all have though.
Okay, one more question for now. Joy of Running is asking, can you print photos with this process?
You can print photos with this process. Like I said, full color photos with that rasterization come out chef's kiss overall. So you can do that. Now I will say I do appreciate DTF with photos as well as sublimation with photos a bit more. Sublimation overall, because they just have a great color that comes to it. And the way the sublimation process works, I mean, it's just kind of unlike any other. But I will say with this one, it's perfectly fine to print photos on it. Just make sure you're mastering that rasterization. That's the main thing with this. Nice. Sublimation, you don't really have to worry about that much rasterization, but with this, make sure you're on it, and then you should have a great graphic on that garment anytime.
Now this one, that was already answered in the comments. Very nice. By the way, we do have, because we have a lot of questions coming in today, we do have a lot of answers that are going to be given in the comments. So as you're watching, make sure you have that live chat feature turned on. That way you can see we got Ronnie helping us out with questions. Of course, we have the master Chris here He's answering a bunch of questions as well. And I had a question that I was gonna take, but I'm gonna let Chris get to his tutorial. We got a lot of stuff that we wanna show you today. So I'm gonna save my question for a few minutes.
All right, done deal. Well, the next step that we're gonna go ahead and just jump onto is pre-pressing that shirt. We all know we need to do that, get a bit of that humidity out of the shirt and get it ready to be pressed onto. So I'll just press it down, same at the 300 degrees, for about 10 seconds or so, just to get that moisture out of the shirt. So we'll let that go, and then we'll immediately place the graphic on top. I'll do a bit of parchment paper on it, and we'll let that go for 30 seconds. Now, a thing about this one is there is a cold peel to it. So I will let it sit for just a moment, but while it's sitting, I'll just go ahead and do another shirt that's already been cut, that's already been mirrored and married, and we'll just press that one too. By the time that's done, hopefully I'll be able to pull this one out and show how quick and easy it was. So this is that same graphic that we just cut. Mexican food, nachos, tacos, burritos, and guacamole.
Speaking my language.
Favorite. That's my language too, trust me. So I'll go ahead and place that there. I always try to be mindful and do about 2 to 3 fingers from that neckline. That always is a great design for you. So 2 or 3, you guys, I got meaty fingers. So maybe 2 of mine are perfect for that.
Three of my delicate little fingers over here.
Now we'll just go ahead and get that covered with this. Now, he made sure to have me a very long piece of parchment paper. Usually it's cut to size. It's no problem. I'll just fold that up there just a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and push it back in, and it's gonna stay at that same temperature, 300 degrees, for about 30 seconds or so.
There we go.
We'll let that run through.
You got a fan here. Evelyn Hay Primus says, you did a great demo at the Sublimation Summit.
Oh, Evelyn, you are amazing. Thank you for following me basically around the world at this point. I have been from California to Vegas to Atlanta, and now to have you here with me, still with me by my side, I appreciate it. Hopefully everything that I show you here today will be just as impressive as that show that we did there. But hey, I appreciate you for coming by. And Evelyn, if you need anything, reach out to me. Just like I said at the Sublimation Summit, our US office is there to help customers. We're not there to actually make sales overall. We're there to just be a more customer service-based opportunity for you guys to see us in. I'm here to give technical support. I'm here to do sales presentations. I'm here to just basically go around the world and make sure everyone is comfortable with Forever and knows Forever. So if you need anything, Evelyn, or anyone else out there watching, call me. Let me know.
Nice. Okay, now I think you answered this question. You were talking about design. One more time, your design company.
Graphic Buddies is
Graphic Buddies. I was about to say Design Buddies. Okay, so they're asking, where was that question here? Sherry Vanderhoff says, I need that image too. Someone else was asking about, can they get that specific image?
Yes, so on graphicbuddies.com, you will find all of these images readily available for you. Now, I will say there are thousands of images on there.
Nice.
So I would make sure that you type in these labels here. This one says tacos, nachos, burritos, guacamole. Maybe want to type that in on there, and you should be able to find this image if there's not 1,000 more tacos, nachos, and guacamoles on there. But it's a great website, subscription-based, so just make sure you check it out, and you'll be able to see those.
So I'm gonna take this shirt, because again, these are gonna be cold peel.
Yep, they are gonna be cold peels. So I'll let him take those over there, let them rest for a little bit. Now, if you're in a rush to the process, you can always take a damp towel, not a damp towel, sorry, don't take that. You can always take any sort of garment like a t-shirt or a towel that is not damp, that is dry, and rub that image down just to cool it off a bit quicker and just get the process done a lot faster as well.
Yeah.
But don't worry about it if you don't. We have time today, so this is perfectly fine.
One of our viewers was saying that she gets these like tile samples, like a 12 by 12 like marble tile, and use it as like a cooling stone.
You know,
and that cools it like really quick.
Yeah, I've heard some people, I have a MacBook, so like it's made of aluminum. Some people with MacBooks come to me and say, hey, Chris, I put my MacBook right on top and that aluminum just sucks up all the heat and it's good to go after like 5 seconds.
Oh, nice.
I tried it myself. They are not kidding, guys. You really can do that and have a good result at the end of it all.
Nice.
So I'll press this shirt as well, get that humidity and that moisture out of there. Same thing, a good 5 to 10 seconds. There's no certain time that you really need to press this shirt for, but I just like to do it to make sure, and I'm ensuring that that moisture is released as well as those wrinkles are out of it as well. Man, I'm telling you, this is a cool heat press, guys. If you haven't heard of this or haven't seen it, Signature Pro, this is amazing. I mean, that pop of the button makes me feel like I'm popping hydraulics or something.
Yeah.
So it's really, really cool. Oh,
that.
yeah.
We should add a sound effects to it. All right, so while you're doing that, Chris, I got another question.
Shoot me.
Stacy's asking, can you use images from the subscription site for sublimation instead of white toner?
Yes, so you can. All of those images that are on there are available for every printer out there. So you just make sure to load it into the correct software that you have with the correct settings for your printer that you're currently using, and you should be good to go. None of these are white toner only images. They're from DTF to sublimation to inkjet to white toner. So check it out, please.
I'm gonna totally ride your coattails right now and say, I'm gonna say it's ditto for the HPN Design Store. It's brand new, we just launched, so I'm trying to pitch that as much as possible. But also, I think pretty much any image that you're gonna be able to use for white toner, you should be able to use that for sublimation. So yes, Graphic Buddies.
Graphic Buddies.
Graphic Buddies, not Design Buddies.
Got it.
Graphic Buddies. And also the HPN Design Store. Yep, sublimation, white toner, gonna be awesome. Alrighty. Back to you, Chris. I'm gonna pull some more questions for you.
Perfect, no problem. So we'll go ahead and just get started with this image now. I really appreciate this one. Like I said, guys, I've tried to bring images that show a lot of good detail to it. One good thing I love about this one is I love to make the black shirts work for me. We're not gonna try to waste any ink here. We're gonna make sure to use this background to give this shirt a bit more pop to it versus putting this on a black background, having that ugly box on the outside of it, and then having the image on top of that. We really want that shirt to look and feel super natural. So this one, when I pull it off and release, you'll notice how great that black helps this image overall. So I went ahead and pressed that shirt. We're gonna go ahead and get this pressed down for about 30 seconds or so. Go ahead and place that on there once again. And let that press, and we'll be sitting at a medium pressure. Overall, not light, not too heavy, right in the middle there, let's say about 2 to 3 bar. I'm unsure of the PSI for the super technical people, but about 2 to 3 bar is what we should be looking at overall for pressing these onto.
Okay, I don't know if we have enough time for this one, but Jason Galvis is asking, I'm getting a white haze on the transfer after the marrying process. How can I avoid this? What is causing it?
Okay, so I will always question your 3 big things: the time, the temperature, and the pressure of it. If you're following all of those accordingly, I just really like to take a look at your graphic and see what that haze looks like. I'm not too familiar with the white haze that comes from it, but I always welcome people to send me some things over. So check us out on Instagram, I will say, and send me those pictures in my DM, Forever Transfers USA. I love being a part of this team because I have my technical team readily available at all times. So if I don't happen to know the answer to your question, I have direct contact with the people that do, and we'll assist you from that point. So shoot those pictures over to me, and I'll make sure to help you out, and we'll talk.
Can I follow up on that one, actually?
Yeah, please.
So I think you've never had that problem because you're a pro.
I am a pro.
But then there's idiots like me.
Yep, like you, Jared. I'm sorry.
I've messed up. Yeah, I've messed up a bunch, actually, on white toner. So here, now I'm a white toner expert. But on my journey to being a white toner expert, I did mess up a bunch. And so I actually did get some of that white hazing. What I realized was, like Chris said, it was the 2 T's and a P, time, temperature, pressure. Yeah, the TTP, time, temperature, pressure.
TTP.
What I noticed was I was going too long, too hot. So there was just too much temperature for too much time with too much pressure. So I had actually maxed out on all 3. So I would say double check your, of course, send it to Chris. I'm not gonna stop you from bugging him.
No, please help me.
He
out
likes
here.
that kind of stuff.
I do, actually.
But yeah, I would say double check the settings and then double check your heat press. If you're using a lower quality heat press, it's probably a little bit hotter than it says it is. That's why Chris was talking about, make sure you're using a good quality heat press. Some of the problems with the Amazon presses, I'm not sure what you're using, but some of the problems with some heat presses is they're not the temperature they say they are. You got to recalibrate them or adjust from there. So I would say just double check, make sure you got the right settings and don't overdo it. You could even go a little bit lighter than what you might imagine is necessary for the transfer. So yeah, Forever, great product. And it's forgiving enough to where you have like kind of like a little wiggle room.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in your settings to get good quality. So anyways, yeah, try that. Definitely send your stuff to Chris. He's the pro. So I'm just telling you because I had that hazing issue. But yeah, Chris is the pro and he's gonna show us some stuff All right, now let's see.
So we've given this graphic here enough time to cool off. I feel it, it feels great. I mean, it's a little warm only because I just put it back under the heat press, but that's just for viewing purposes. Now, it's been cooled off and good to go. Now, one thing I love to tell people is make sure you stay low. The same way these 3 fingers here are readily available to this edge, I'm gonna use them to just roll that image off. We never wanna take up and pull like that. That's way too much. That's gonna cause a bit of damage to the image that's already there. That pull, never pull like this. Always stay low to the graphic and always roll with your palm. Increase to those 5 fingers and just roll off. And just like that, we have a beautiful graphic. The image came out perfectly. That vintage look is exactly what I was going for. Let's see.
That looks freaking amazing.
It came out great. Now, I will always advocate to post-press your shirts. Post-pressing these shirts helps with the longevity of our shirts overall. So we're looking at a 30 to 50 wash cycle with every single garment and every piece of paper that we have on a garment. So if you follow the manufacturer's instructions of a cold wash as well as a hang dry, you may be looking at even more usage out of this shirt overall. So I will post press this. This helps with that rasterization in that image, helping those holes stay open. And we're gonna be sealing those just like that. Now, one thing I was telling Jared earlier, that rasterization is important in our products, especially important because you need those holes to open up that image. You really don't want water when you're washing it to be beating against your image. If you do have those very tiny variable holes, it helps the water pass through the image versus beating against it, making your image stay looking fresh. And I really love that about rasterization. Like I said, we'll talk about it another day, but it's a good time to mention it. I won't press for too long with that, maybe about 15 to 20 seconds or so. It's gonna seal us off.
Oh my goodness.
And it helps it stay even better. It took a bit of that shininess away because I am using a matte parchment paper, and it helps that finish on that graphic stay looking super fresh.
That looks amazing. Here, let me show it off to this
Perfect.
to this camera right here.
He has a great camera here.
So first I'm gonna show it to you guys up front, and then we're gonna go overhead.
Oh my.
And this is a huge graphic, by the way. I love it. The details. I'm trying to imagine weeding that in vinyl, and I already want to punch myself in the face. So this is not, I mean, let me show it overhead.
Yeah, that's great.
Look at that. So that kind of distressed look, that kind of vintage distressed look, I'm not gonna say it's impossible with vinyl, but it's pretty close to impossible. And it's definitely not cost effective. Like, imagine how long, without exaggeration, I would say this shirt would take me at least 1 hour to weed.
No, seriously, it would.
Yeah, and then probably another 40 minutes to cut, 60 minutes to weed. We got a couple questions coming in. Rhonda saying, can you feel the image on the shirt like screen printing? You know, screen printing, you're gonna get different finishes depending on the thickness of the ink, the mesh count, blah, 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 blah. I will say this, that feels great.
Good. Yeah.
I'm feeling this right now.
Let me come feel, Rhonda. Let me also be a true account here. It feels great, almost as if the shirt was just a part of the image, or the image was a part of the shirt itself. And I really appreciate that with the vintage look on it, because you're getting it even softer. You really are feeling the shirt through that image overall. It's not heavy. So in the summertime, it's not gonna be thick and super sweaty on your body. It feels super light. And that's a great thing about Forever's paper is they've continued to make their images lighter, make those graphics that come from it extremely light. So you don't ever have to worry about a thick coating of a shirt sitting on your body and you sweating during a summer day.
Yes. I have a question coming in from Rhonda K. I don't know what this is, so maybe you're familiar with this. Yeah. Will these work with Ghost Toner?
They do work with Ghost Toner.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the Ghost White Toner, they absolutely do. Me and Ghost White Toner are probably best friends.
Okay, there we go.
They work perfectly with that. Reach out to your representative, make sure they're able to assist you with that. If not, they can't help you, call me and I'll be able to do that. Once again, I am here in the US. There's actually only 2 of us here in the entire US for Forever, myself and Hector. So if you ever happen to call the number on our website or the number that you see on Google, you'll actually talk to us at all times. There's no 1-800 numbers. There's no line that you have to call and wait in a queue. You're literally gonna call me every single time. Nice. So let me know.
That's really cool. Okay, before we move on to the peel and reveal, I just wanna say, you guys, right now we are running a flash sale on Forever products. That's why we're taking our time with these demos. We want you guys to cash in right now. 10% off. Forever products with the code FOREVER. Now, this is a flash discount, meaning it's gone in a flash. So as soon as this live stream is over in a few minutes, we have a couple demos to go, so don't worry. You don't got to rush. But definitely get your orders in, because as soon as this episode is over, that code goes bye-bye. So you want to make sure you get your orders in. Use that right now. Once again, 10% off of Forever products with the code FOREVER. By the way, stay tuned because we do have a giveaway. We're giving away 2 $50 gift cards to Heat Press Nation so you can stock up on some Forever products. We're giving those away at the end of the broadcast. So we have a couple more demonstrations to go. But yeah, at the end, we're going to give some stuff away, and you have until then to use the discount code. All right, Chris, why don't you show us? I'm excited about this one. This artwork is amazing.
Absolutely. This is one of my favorite artworks. Like I said, especially because we're using that black on the shirt instead of the black on the image to really make this pop. So I'll go ahead and start with that peel. Be mindful. Remember I said those 3 fingers, and always just roll with your body. Stay low. You never want to start tugging and pulling like that because you may start to pull a piece of the graphic off of the shirt. It's not smooth. You're being a bit too rough with it. I understand it's inanimate, but it's always best to just give it a good little roll. Now, if I just start like that, pulling, I can already notice that I've started to mess up some of the letters down there on the bottom.
Yeah.
Horrible thing. I've taken off a bit of the graphic right there.
Oh, no.
Literally just by pulling the wrong way. But if I just simply rolled and went with the image that's there and just worked with it, we're gonna have a beautiful rest of that image there.
Looks sick.
Now you'll see exactly, I'll give this to Jared so he can show you that, but right where I pulled off is the only place those letters came off. Everything else on this graphic is perfect for us. So go ahead and take that, Jared. Show them how.
Yes.
You
Okay.
are not supposed to pull
really
from that.
quick, we're just gonna show the front before our close-up. We're gonna go up here, up. And I think you can see it. There it is. I know it's upside down, sorry guys. So if you're looking, it's gonna be on the top left where it says white toner laser printer. Now it says white toner laser. And again, that's not because of any user error. Of course, that was intentional because Chris wanted to show you what happens when you do it wrong, which is, I think, is important. We're gonna hand it back for the repress.
It is.
It is important to show how not to do things because sometimes you don't even know you're doing something wrong until someone shows you you're doing something wrong.
Yep.
Got it. So really quick, I'll take this one because it's an easy one.
Ooh.
Linda V says, so this could be used on cotton. Doesn't have to be polyester. Yes. So these are 100% cotton black tees, which if you know sublimation, that's not possible. Again, we're not tearing anything down. We're just showing the differences between the processes. So yeah, okay, so Chris just finished the repress and that looks, from here, I can see that looks fantastic.
It does. This is one of my favorite graphics. Like I said, that black on there really does help out. Let me see if I can show as well from my side. That black on the shirt really helps it pop overall. It's not even any black inside of this image. It's all colored, but just because I'm using the black garment, I will always use it to my advantage. And that's a great thing about Forever products, especially with the no cutting, the no weeding. And look at how fine the details are on this, I guess I can say Blade Runner street, almost like a Tokyo style street. So this is one of my favorite ones, guys. Also available, Graphic Buddies, if you're looking for some beautiful designs just like these.
Yeah, it's a shame that we're using sample sizes, which is a medium, because if I had a XXX t-shirt, you'd guaranteed I'd be rocking this one.
Absolutely.
That looks fantastic. Okay, so I got some more questions for you, Chris. Please. Peter Mora is asking, when you use a black shirt, do you use Knock Me Blackout? I think referring to the plugin.
Yeah, I absolutely do.
Okay.
I do use the Knock Me Blackout on my Transfer Rip software. So if you do happen to have that, or if you're, Photoshop capable and able to do the PNGs, also very helpful for that type of image as well. So whatever works best for you, but personally, I use the Knock Me Out Black. It's quick, it's easy. I have taken some time to get adjusted to it, so it works perfectly for me.
Okay, now we got a couple people asking the same thing here, which means that we got to answer them.
All right.
Dar Bayer is asking, and then we also have, who else is saying this? TJ is asking, and then somebody else, TJ, yeah, they're asking, what's the difference or advantages of white toner versus DTF?
Ooh, the differences or the advantages. One of my favorite talks, one of my favorite arguments. If you're in the market right now for either machine, good luck. Because I know YouTube is overrun with these type of questions and videos that are out there right now. But personally to me, and working with these products every single day firsthand, the differences that I've noticed are, number one, the maintenance on the white toner versus the white toner versus the DTF machine. White toner, you're looking at 0 to no maintenance on that machine at all. The DTF machine, you may be looking at a lot of maintenance. Actually, maybe is a word that I don't want to use. You will be looking at a lot of maintenance on that DTF machine. So when I say maintenance, I mean, I can go on vacation with this white toner. I live in Atlanta. If I happen to have a white toner at my house, I can easily shut it off. I'm here in California for the week, and I can go back and I can keep printing like never before. With the DTF machine, kind of hard to do. You have to worry about those clogged ink lines. You have to worry about making sure your print heads are being cleaned daily. And you may run into an issue if you're not keeping up with it every single day. I've talked to many people that said, man, I have had to hire a babysitter or I've had to hire a housekeeper just to go turn on my machine and make sure that it's okay because I don't want to make this $4,000 investment useless after a while. Another big thing about that maintenance and those ink lines is some companies do not warranty that. So if you do happen to run into an issue with a DTF printer, like the clogged ink lines or those print heads, your printer company may not cover that. White toner, since it's no ink, you don't have to worry about that. Number two, versatility, and I'll just leave it at that. The versatility of a white toner machine, you can do so much with it. I mean, from different substrates to different garment types, it's almost endless how you can use a white toner printer, as well as it can be used as a regular printer, as a household office thing that just sits in your home as well. So I typically go for a white toner versus the DTF, but I always say it's a preference, not a prejudice. I will never hate the DTF. It is a great machine to use, and it works absolutely amazing for the people that have it. But in that case of an argument, DTF or white toner, you really have to weigh your benefit and your cost analysis as well, because you don't want to spend all that money on a DTF printer and you happen to go out of town, let's say 3 to 4 times a month, you may be sinking that all down the drain and you may be not getting the most out of that printer overall.
Yeah, I think another thing too is for DTF printers, because you have to print daily on them, I feel like if you're running a shop where you're maybe not or full-time or close to full-time, or you have jobs coming through every day, might be easier for you to justify the DTF if you're doing jobs when you can or you're sporadic. Like I'll do 50 shirts this week. Next week I won't have any orders, and the week after I'll do like 100 shirts. Yeah. I think if that's kind of your deal, probably don't want DTF.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So that's some of the bigger things for the DTF versus the white toner. Jared, if you could remind me just maybe one more about that argument of why you or which one or what their differences are. I know there was one more.
Oh yeah, so they're asking, let me scroll back here to that question. That was, Dora was saying, what is the difference between white toner, DTF, and DTG?
So the DTF, DTG, yeah, they're kind of the same in my hand. So anything I said about the DTF goes towards the DTG as well. But those are the main differences I can really mention as of right now for them, the versatility and the maintenance. But really look at that maintenance first and make that your priority. Like Jared said, if you own a shop and you are printing every single day, in and out through the day, DTF may be the best for you. The consumables on a white toner machine are a bit higher in cost than you would be looking at the DTF, but purchasing everything in a package for that DTF, I mean the ink for your printer, the curing powder for your station, the heat box as well, you may be running up a little bit more money on that side just for the initial purchase of it overall, versus just having to buy a white toner printer and you're good to go from there. And lastly, let me touch on space. White toner printing is just a printer. I could sit that here, not gonna sit this here on a heat press, but as far as this table right here, I could put a white toner printer directly onto this table, and that's all the space that I need for it. A DTF or DTG, I would probably need 2 or 3 of these tables to have that workstation work for me, because I'm looking at that curing station, the powder station, the printer itself, a place for it to come out of the printer. You're gonna have a bit more of a workspace than you would with just a white toner. So for everyone making these at home or starting up their business at home, think about that as well. You need to be mindful of the space because these things get hot. The heat press gets hot, the printer gets hot, and I don't want you in that room having a heat stroke or out there passing out, sweating your neck down to your shirt line. you need to be mindful of those things. So that's my argument, or at least my analysis of the DTF DTG white toner.
All right, I think the people are ready for us to move on.
Perfect.
Robin from Boundless Design Print Home says, says, can you apply a design printed from a white toner to other sub blanks like wood?
You absolutely can.
I think that's a great setup.
You absolutely can. So right now we'll go ahead and just segue our way on over to applying this directly to wood. It's one of my other favorite things. Actually, I'll have to take our temperature down for our heat press first. Now, you all, I said I love this, but Jared is the one that has to help me know how to master this thing because I have only played with it as of today. But while we're waiting on that, I will absolutely say 265 would be perfect. And like I said, we can work anywhere between that 10-degree higher, 10-degree lower range. This product has been tested in all of those,
30
so
seconds?
we don't have to worry about that. We'll be looking at 30 seconds.
See, I knew this information at some point, but because we're live, let me get out of your way.
That's okay.
But because we're live, my mind blanks. It's a disease I have. Every time we go live, all the good stuff just flushes down the toilet up here, and I have to refer to my notes.
No, that's okay. Trust me, it's perfectly fine. So I will touch on our Multitrans Pro next, guys. Our Multitrans Pro is a great application. It's actually a one-step application for things like wood, metal, cardstock, aluminum, cork, glass. I mean, I can go on and on all day long, but it's a great thing to make beautiful garments and substrates like this, which I'll be showing you today. This is just a simple pizza, but it looks super fine, and the details come and they pop extremely well.
And that's not a sublimation blank.
No,
this is just a regular piece of like craft, like obviously like it's cut to a circle.
Yep, just cut into a circle, just a piece of uncoated, untreated wood as well. So it's great to use for these type of designs. And I mean, it's super quick. We'll be looking at a pre-press time of about 20 seconds for this, and then we'll press the image directly onto it. So we started out with something as simple as this blank board here. It's a bit thin, I would say a couple of millimeters, not even a centimeter big in width. So it's very thin. I try to use something as thin as this. Now, if you do have a thicker wood substrate, you may be looking at a longer pre-press time. But every order that comes from Forever, as well as comes from Heat Press Nation, will have instructions to every substrate Multitrans Pro can work with. So you'll know how long to press, how long to have it on the heat press itself, what temperature it's supposed to be at, and what you can use it for. But today, we're just using wood because for some reason, I am still hungry after lunch and I have to show off this pizza. And the only thing I can get with closest to pizza right now is this image. So we'll give that a go.
Really quick, Glenda's Creative Place is asking, is it MDF? No, this in particular is not MDF. This is a piece of plywood.
Yeah, just plywood.
Nice, thin, crafty plywood.
Yeah.
So yeah, great.
So the image that we'll be having, once again, guys, is some more pizza.
Yeah.
I thought it fit super perfect on side of this wood board here. So we'll just have those pressed directly there. But I'll also have a couple of other substrates to show you, like a cardstock as well as a book. The book, I'll make a bit more hodgepodge to show you you don't have to just stick with one image on that Multitrans Pro. You can mix them up, you can do different things with it, and they'll still come out very, very nice for you. So my heat press is still cooling down. Actually, I apologize to whomever it was. I think we should move just over to the tattoos.
Oh, okay.
Just so I can have that for right now while this cools down. I'm still sitting at 280.
I got excited.
290. That's
and
okay.
Here, you want to come back over here with me?
Yeah. Let's
do it.
Switch back over.
Let's do it together. Like Power Rangers.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, let's switch.
It says
See,
I have to
I don't mind. I don't mind if I get Mike Wazowski'd over here.
Oh yeah, he's Mike Wazowski. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Great. Oh.
There we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, here.
Don't forget the flash sale, guys. 10% forever. I'm serious.
Trying to find the middle here. There we go.
Nice. All right. That's good. Oh.
All right.
Bad boys. We're good boys, please.
Yes.
So I love our tattoo paper. It's one of my favorite things that we currently have here. It's super easy to use, it's super fast to apply, and there's never any issues that I see arise from it. Now, I did go ahead and cut all of these. So all of these small images here will be our tattoos. I did cut them from a bigger sheet of paper that looks a bit similar to this here. Now, I did cut this one down to size as well, but all of our paper is labeled. This one's Forever Laser Tattoo, only in combination with our Laser Tattoo B foil. Now, you'll start with something like this. This one just has a couple of images of some little monsters on it.
Let me get this out.
I love these guys right here. We would typically combine this with what we call our tattoo paper B foil, which is gonna be this here. It's very thin. It has what is an adhesive on the outside of the paper here. This side is just a flat blank piece of paper, but what matters the most is this adhesive, that all you have to do is separate them. You'll peel. If you can see that well enough, these two peel from one another. What's being applied to the tattoo paper that we printed directly on is that adhesive. That adhesive helps add to the glue, or adds glue to the image and the ink that's right here that we'll be applying to our skin. So as just an example, I'll just go ahead and do that for us now. This is a bigger sheet because I did cut this previously, but what you'll do is start right there at the edge and you'll just start to peel and release. Now, one big thing about me and about this product is you typically need a piece of card or a card stock or something. Jared, I'd love if you gave me your credit card. I see him pulling in his pocket right now.
I left my wallet.
But if he doesn't have it, that's perfectly fine. So I'll just go ahead and simply pull that off. And that's what we're gonna be left with. Like I said, that's a bit bigger than it needs to be. I'm just gonna fold that over. And that adhesive is what's gonna be on top of these tattoos here. Now, like I said, it's super big. Don't worry about that. These are still gonna come out great. I'm only gonna use these couple two in the side over here and the ones I've already had. But as far as the tattoo paper, that's the entire process. You print directly onto the tattoo sheet, you apply that B foil to it, and then you immediately just go ahead and cut an image out for yourself.
So no heat press needed for this one.
No heat press needed at all for this one. I'll go ahead and just cut that bad boy off there. And I like this little orange guy here. And now we have him. So as easy as that, we're not gonna worry about these tattoos. I'll give another one to myself for today. But once you do have that already placed on there, you're gonna separate those once again. Separate. Now the adhesive is applied to this tattoo. I'll go ahead and put that directly onto my skin. I don't know if my hand would be the best place, but we'll give it a try. And you'll immediately notice, just like when you're in the gumball machine or if you get one of these from the amusement park, it already sticks to your hand. But guess what the magic actually is? It's the water. The water does the best job at getting that tattoo transferred over to your skin. So all I have here is a microfiber towel and a little bit of water. Does not matter if it's hot water, if it's cold water, that is gonna make that tattoo transfer over, just the water itself from it. So I'm going ahead and patting it down. And you'll also start to see that the image will release itself. You won't really have to worry about having to press down and pull off, but you do wanna just make sure that it's dry when you are getting that there. So I'll go ahead and just pull. And just like that, I have a great tattoo.
What?
Now, another thing I'll mention about this is making sure you're cutting very close to the image. So there is a bit of a box here. That's perfectly fine for me right now. But if I'm gonna go out on town and stunt my tattoos off, show everybody how I'm really getting it down, I am going to cut as close to those edges as possible to make it look as natural as possible. A good thing about these tattoos, guys, is it's very hard to wash off. It's like they're almost real. You're gonna be looking at about 2 to 4 days with these tattoos on your skin overall, even if you hop in the shower, even if you go outside and mow the grass, if you're sweating, this is gonna stick and this is gonna stay. Oh, I could go up. That's the tattoo on me at this moment, guys. It's great, it's full colored, it has great details, and I absolutely love them.
Yeah, and I love because you have the white toner, there's colors on there that are like brighter than what you could get from regular tattooing.
Absolutely, and that's a good thing about it. Same with these little monsters here. There's great colors that come off of them. These have already been applied, the B paper or the B foil to these, so that adhesive is already on there. I'll do one more of these just to show.
Here, can I volunteer myself?
I would love it if you volunteered yourself. Do you even have any tattoos, Jared?
Tattoo? I don't.
Oh, this is Jared's first tattoo.
Here we go.
Hopefully no one's angry at you when you go home by coming home with a tattoo. I have a horrible story about coming home with my ears pierced, and my mom hated it. She wanted to go up to the clears and kick that girl's butt.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
All right, so while I'm here getting tattooed up here, right there, I got some questions for you. So you just need, Mitzi is asking, do you just need a laser printer for the tattoos?
Correct. That's all you need. I used that Creo 8432 with these, printed them directly onto this. There's nothing special that I had to do. I printed them directly onto the sheet. You saw I just applied that B foil to it as well. And we are getting tattoos as quick and as easy as that.
And very painless, I might add. No needles needed for these.
Also that. No needles needed at all. Now, I will say he's going to probably hurt himself trying to scrub this off tonight if he wants to get it off. But I've discovered a secret. And if I had some tape here, I would be able to show that. But these tattoos actually come off super, super easy with just a piece of tape. If you have a household piece of tape, apply it directly on top of this tattoo. You're going to pull it, and it's going to come off easy. I mean, it's strange that it works better with the piece of tape than it does with a towel and or rag.
Yeah.
But that's a good secret for you, Jared, when you go home and your wife's like, hey, you need this off of me right now. So this one, like I said, if we're gonna just look at Jared's hand just a little bit, it's super easy. It's already releasing itself. I haven't even started to pull that off. It's just already removing. So I will just go ahead and give that a lift.
Oh.
And he's met with the tattoo.
Great. Let's show. Here, let me come in with you. Where are we? Oh, can we get overhead real quick? Show you guys.
Perfect.
The little monster.
That quick and that easy is how you get that directly onto your skin. I love our tattoo paper.
That is cool. And just really quick, because I know this is fun. This is very fun here. But like, how would someone make money with this?
Oh man, there's so many ways to make money with these tattoos and these tattoo ideas. So let's say, hey guys, you're going to a concert. You're going to a sporting event. You could take your favorite artist, copyright laws, be mindful of them, or your favorite sporting event and actually print up a couple of things like a baseball if you're going to an MLB game.
Yeah.
You could print up some baseballs or the little lines that people make under their eyes for the games as well. You could sell these. I have an entire sheet here. This is actually maybe a fourth of a sheet that I have here. But you see how many tattoos are on this? I could sell these individually $2 to $3 a piece, and they would really pay for this overall. I mean, I could get maybe $5 to $10 at a sporting event. We've all been to a concert where there's merch up there for 60, 70, 80 bucks.
Yep.
And it's not that good of quality. You only have it for the night. You're just having a good time. These are perfect for that.
Yeah.
Sell these for $5 each. You may be looking at a good profit of $100 just by printing onto this one sheet.
Yeah.
And it comes in a pack of over 50 to 100 every time.
Yeah. Also, like if you're doing stuff for what am I trying to say? If you're doing stuff for birthday parties,
Oof, yes.
offer them to do little tattoos for the kids.
Yep.
So cool over there.
There's so many ideas that you can use for these and with these birthday parties, sporting events, graduations. You can really just tat yourself all the way up and get yourself looking like you left a tattoo shop and make some money at the same time. So
nice.
I advocate for these. These are a great addition to your work. Anything that you already do, if you're making shirts, if you're just making bottles or caps and you own a white toner system, this is a great thing to add to it. Hey guys, we also do tattoos now. How about getting a tattoo paper or seeing how I can make some tattoos for you as well with your company logo? Let's say it's a company retreat, company picnic. You can make so many company logos on just this and sell them to a business. Hey, $50, I'll give you this entire sheet. Easy. So just think outside the box. You don't have to stick with kid images. I chose these specifically because the color just looks great on them. They're super vibrant, they pop, and they're just very interesting to see. And I wanted to see how Jared looked in something that's a bit more immature than he is. He seems to be the pro, guys. Let me take him down a notch. How about that?
Ready to go. This is interesting. I don't know the answer, but C. Levesque is asking, wonder if you could do women's nail decorations with that?
So you probably could. I'm not sure the application I think nails are made of acrylic, if I'm not mistaken.
I kind of want to test my own nail right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why we shouldn't.
Okay, at the end, if we still have time at the end, then yes, because I know we still have one more to go to.
Yes. I mean, we still have the pizza. We have a lot, guys.
Okay,
we have
so
much to go towards.
All right, if we have time, I'm going to test it on my nails. But until then, why don't you come back over here and show us. We're ready for the wood. Our press is at temperature.
Perfect. So like we said, all we're gonna do is pre-press this piece of wood here for a good 20 seconds or so and just get that onto the heat press. I'm not gonna cover it with any parchment. I'll just go ahead and get that cooked through, not cooked, but warmed through. What's my pressure sitting at here, Jared? Let's see.
Oh, because we were there for a t-shirt.
No, that's fine.
Is that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Feels a little heavy.
It is a little bit, but I'll release it once I put the application on. So that's fine. We'll let that go for about 20 seconds. The time was sitting at 30 seconds, I think, on here. So I'll let it go for an extra 5 seconds just to be mindful. And I stuck to the top plate, but that's perfectly fine. I'll pull out so we can see that. Now the image that we'll be using is another beautiful pizza. Lots of different colors that come off of this.
Who doesn't love pizza?
Who doesn't love pizza, especially when you have several different types sitting right here in front of your face. We'll go ahead and just apply that face down to the image. Now I could cut this. I actually won't because Jared's using the scissors at the moment.
No, here.
I will cut this just because I don't want any of that adhesive to go onto the heat transfer plate. This isn't my heat press, guys. I don't want to mess it up. I came here as a friend and I don't want to leave as an enemy. And the best way to make an enemy in this industry is to mess up their heat press.
Not lying.
So I'll just go ahead and place that right there on the middle of that. It's already been pre-pressed, like I said, and we're just going to get that covered with some parchment paper. Push it back in. Now with this and the Multi-Trans Pro, you can immediately peel. You do not have to wait to peel this off of there. So I will go ahead and peel that as soon as it comes off. But with the Multi-Trans Pro, guys, I love it. It's one of my favorites because you don't have to stick to just wood. You don't have to stick to cork. You can go over to glass, to mirror. I have seen people do so many creative things with Multi-Trans Pro, and it will always be one of my favorite products that we currently have. Now, I want to make sure that that was enough time. I think it was. I'm not sure the time that was on there, but it should be fine.
30,
for us.
yeah, we got 30.
Perfect. Yeah. So like I said, immediately we're going to just pull off and we're going to release. And just that quick and just that easy, we have a pizza pie. That
beautiful. Dude, that looks so good.
I want to give this to Jared. I know the colors pop much more on that side.
I'm telling you guys, the camera doesn't do it justice. It looks good. Also, zero hand. Ow, I thought, okay. But you can't feel it. Cannot. Oh, and by the way, I did tattoo my thumbnail. It looks like it's gonna stay. So I don't know how permanent that's gonna be on my thumb.
Yeah, I can't quote that one, Jared, and see how permanent it will be. But I'm glad we got time to experiment, though.
Yeah, although if you coated that with like a clear acrylic or whatever they put on the nails, if you sealed it, it might stay there.
Honestly, yeah, if you did.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say give it a try.
Yeah, that one's up for user discretion only. I can't say it works the best or how long it will last, but hey, if you want to test it out, let me know how it works for you. That's absolutely fine.
This looks great.
Yeah, I think that pizza came out amazing, especially with it looking so realistic as well.
Yeah.
It looks really, really nice.
We're gonna show that one more time. And then really, we have a couple more Multi-Trans Pro.
So just because we have that Multi-Trans Pro and I have this amazing, what is it, 16 by 20?
24 actually, that's a big.
24, the big
papa.
Boy. Since we have the big papa here, I'll actually put all of these onto the heat press at the same time. Just to show you how quick and how easy Multi-Trans Pro is. Now for these, I will at least pre-press them at different times because they're all of different thickness. So I want this, I also have a cardstock here. Now, typical things like cardstock, you may be looking at 1 to 2 seconds time on the heat press. So that will go on there for that little amount of time. This book, it's made with about the same material of that cardstock. I'll just put it onto the heat press for about 10 seconds. So I'll at least press the book first and then do the card right after that point. Get those guys on there. I should have done them separately, but that's fine. I'll actually just let the card go. This is how easy Multi-Trans Pro is. It's almost impossible to mess it up. You know, the heat is taking to the substrate that's already here, so it's not a big deal. We're not trying to burn it. That's why we're at a bit of a lower temperature overall. That card is perfectly fine. Like I said, if it's extremely thin, you may be looking at about 2 or 3 seconds, but with it being on there, no issue. So I currently have this wedding invitation here. Beautiful little graphic, just says Emily and Brian. I always like images that kind of overlap so I can make sure that the whole thing is covered. I'll place that directly on top. And with the notebook, we just kind of want to do a hodgepodge of things. I know we've all seen notebooks that have a little bit of everything on it. So I have smaller graphics like this small computer here. I'll place that at the top left. A little cute quote as well, place that onto the book. I have a Jimi Hendrix or a guy vibing out. I'm in California, so he's probably here too. And I have a kind of computer or a arcade game. I'll place that directly on there as well. So we'll go ahead and press all of those there for a solid 10 to 15 seconds. Since they are thinner substrates, that wood does not happen to be thin as these. So that's why we pressed a little bit longer, but we'll just press those. Now, I don't want to run into error actually, guys, only because the book is sitting up at an elevation. I fear that this may not go on there. I'm trying to show you efficiency, but I'm gonna actually hold this one for a second.
Well, I mean, dude, 4 pieces on one, that's pretty efficient.
That one is still pretty efficient.
That's nice.
So we'll just get that pressed down. We already let that pre-press. The substrate is already pre-pressed and good to go. We'll let this go for a good 10 to 15 seconds. Like I said, most of our products have been tested in different ranges. So that's how I'm able to give you these temperature and as well as time ranges overall.
Nice.
I'm monitoring my environment. I'm noticing that I am in a bit of a hotter environment. It's a bit warm in their studio, so I can keep it there a little bit less if I need to. But same thing as always, this will be an immediate peel. Now, I like to keep a part that's overlapping always. I didn't do that this time, but there's always a part that should overlap so that you can peel from, because see, I'm trying to peel directly from the book. It's a bit hard to do, but
those are great.
We are just gonna peel away at these like nothing at all.
Really quick comment, Stacy says that pizza with different sizes and the prices would be great for a restaurant.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I actually have one of those in my office. I'm sorry, Stacy, for not making sure to have that here for us, but I definitely have things like restaurant menus. I have had some people show me, actual restaurant owners, of wooden plates or even metal aluminum plates of their restaurant menu printed onto it.
That's so smart.
And it's so nice and it looks very different and it's unique. So you will always remember the place that had an aluminum menu or the place with the wood board menu. Like, it's so cool. So as far as that notebook, it came out great. I did 4 graphics in less than about a minute with all of them. I'll pass it over to Jared again just so we can see that and see how nice they look. But it came out amazing.
Cool. There we go. I'm gonna hold this just straight up just because it's closer. I'm upside down, sorry. And I'm gonna let you guys look at that for a second really quick. TJ's asking, is this for white toner printers only?
So with our Multi-Trans Pro, this is a white toner printer only item. Only for white toner printer.
Wow.
No, never a stupid question, TJ.
I know, I didn't want to say that.
You're learning some stuff.
We don't believe in stupid questions.
I love to teach. I love for people that love to learn. So you will never have a stupid question while you're here with us, especially with Jared here. He has the care of an angel, guys. I promise you.
Aww,
it's almost like a baby's touch whenever you talk to him, or your mom's touch. Like, he's just super soft and super nice to everyone. It kind of gets to me.
I paid him to say that, guys. I'll get you after.
He did.
Really quick, I don't know this one. Annette Papa's asking, would that be food safe for like a charcuterie board?
So as food safe, I wouldn't apply it directly to the spot where you're gonna have food. It should be around the areas where you're gonna be having the food, because you may have something that's a bit hotter. And with things like substrates or these transfers, what activates these transfers?
Oh,
heat.
yeah.
You don't wanna put something extremely hot. I know you're saying charcuterie, but you don't wanna put something extremely hot that you're going to eat near this, because it may help that adhesive loosen up and transfer onto your food. Do you want to eat transfer? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So just be mindful of that and make sure if you do put it on something like a charcuterie board or a cutting board, that it's more around the outside of what you're going to be using rather than what you're having on the inside of that board.
Got it. This is an interesting comment. Glenda's Creative Place says, I would seal it with a food safe sealer.
Oh, I mean, Glenda.
Yeah.
Well, if you happen to have that, I don't know anything about a food safe sealer. This is actually my first time hearing about that. But if you guys have that, make sure to use it. And I will definitely check in with my team. If anyone has that question specifically, write into me right now on Instagram. I'll check after I get done. Forever Transfers USA, transfers with an S. Don't go to my German page, guys. I'm here in the USA. The German people have 15,000 followers. I only have 400 so far. Come talk to me.
Oh, let's boost those numbers, guys.
Boost those numbers, please.
Give them a follow, guys.
So, but if you do have that specific question, make sure to write into me. I want to reach out to my technical team to make sure that something like a food safe sealer is something that works well with our product as well, just to ensure that we can use this on food products. So I will go ahead and get started with this cardstock now. I typically don't need to repress this. It's super thin, but I'll go ahead and do it just to ensure that we're good to go. This time I really will do 3 seconds. That's how long it typically takes. I'm gonna flip this directly onto it. It's gonna be a beautiful wedding invitation, showing you how quick and how easy even a card can be to produce with Multi-Trans Pro. So I've applied that image directly on top. I'll go ahead and get that pressed down, and we'll wait on this for a good 10 to 15 seconds once again.
That's so fast.
And we will immediately peel off. That's also one of my favorite parts, Jared, is that it's fast and that you can immediately peel it off and get great results. So if I did have cards here, or let's say you own a screen printing shop and you want to produce these cards, this is a 16 by 24, guys. I could fit maybe
a
20,
dozen.
at least a dozen to 20 cards just on this. And I would just go up and down this thing, just going swoop, 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 and peeling them all off, just like this. Just like that, as easy as possible, that I'm gonna be able to peel those and get a beautiful, beautiful card from. So we'll go ahead and have that.
Let me tell you why this is amazing. All right, let me get you guys real close. Some of you guys say, wait, I could print straight to envelopes on my whatever printer, right? Yes, you could print your colors, but you cannot print white.
That's true.
A lot of people underestimate the white, how nice the colors are gonna get, especially on a dark paper like this cardstock.
Yeah.
Sure, in your printer, you could print like black or navy blue onto a brown natural cardstock color like this. But when you're working with a white toner printer and something like Forever Multi-Trans, you could get vivid, bright colors, even white, printed onto this really cool envelope, which honestly, like for wedding invitations, like that's beautiful.
It is.
Obviously, like Wendy and, what did it say, Wendy?
Emily and Brian.
Emily and Brian, we're just showing you guys the front. I would actually probably just seal the back with it, because you got to put the mailing out.
That would be nice.
But for so many things, the cards, for everything, this is not something that you could do with a regular printer.
Yeah.
Getting the white on there, and I know it's so easy to overlook if you don't know printing. Me, in addition to being whatever that I am here, I am also a print broker. I do business cards, banners, signs, blah 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 on the side. And like people always ask me, "Oh, can you do natural?" I'm like, no, because those printers that we use, they're all CMYK. Having a white toner printer, which is CMYW, that's what allows you to print on really cool natural.
Absolutely.
Like that. Is that it for our demos?
I think so. We've
All
went
right,
through just about every single thing
Let's
here.
switch back here.
Yeah, please.
Alrighty, so we got a little bit of final Q&A, and as promised, we have a giveaway for you. So don't worry, I didn't forget. We have 2 $50 gift cards coming your way right now. What that does mean is this flash sale, this 10% off of Forever products, it's coming to an end literally in like a couple of minutes.
Oh man.
So we're getting ready to close that out.
Guys, get on it as soon as possible. Please, that 10% flash sale, I know it's a flash sale, they do it every now and then, but this one for our Forever products is important. We don't usually go on sale that often. Many people don't see us and say, hey, we're gonna put this great quality paper on sale, because they actually know the weight of the product they're holding.
Yeah.
So this time, 10%, that's big for us. Take it, please.
Yeah, Forever doesn't need to go on sale. Let me just tell you that. It's so good. So like, when have you ever heard of a Ferrari sale?
Never. You'll never hear of that, ever.
Lambos don't go on sale, you guys. Mm-hmm. The only reason why, honestly, we tricked him. We locked Chris in the closet until he let us run a flash sale.
They did. It was like a hazing opportunity, but I love it. Heat Press Nation, guys, I am a big fan. These are my favorite people here. And they put like something in my tacos this afternoon, but let's see. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Oh, sorry. I'm just kidding. We're just having a good time here. Really quick before we shut this down, this flash sale, before we shut that down, and before we give away, got a couple of couple of questions for you, Chris. Before we get,
I love them.
Before we get out of here, Annette's saying, "Can you feel the transfer on the paper?" I think referring to like our notepad and our envelope.
So feeling that on there, no, it is extremely thin. I mean, I am rubbing my hand over it. There's no raise. There is no bump. It is almost as if this is the paper or this is the substrate itself, just like the book and just like the cardstock. I don't feel any raises. There's nothing that comes off of that at all. It feels extremely smooth. Don't forget, they're also self-cutting, self-weeding paper. So you don't have to worry about spending time plotting any of this out, getting those fine details. That's the main thing I want you guys to remember about Forever. Self-weeding, self-cutting, and weed or die. That's kind of our logo right there. You weed or you die.
Really quick, there's also a metallic version of multi-trans. Am I remembering that correctly?
There is a multi-trans metallic version. Many people love to use it for their mugs, for their other substrates. I sadly didn't bring that because, guys, listen, TSA in Atlanta tears my bag apart every time. And they always love to just take it and just throw it on the ground and just stomp on it like there's nothing in there at all. And I will never have a piece of glass that will make it more than 50 feet from that airport. I promise you. But yes, there is multi-trans metallic. It comes out, it looks amazing on our products, especially on mugs. I have some at the office. If you're inquiring about that, send me a DM. Say, Chris, I'd love to see the multi-trans metallic. Forever Transfers USA. Find me on Instagram.
There we go. Really feeling the love today. By the way, I want to thank everybody. Stacy says, love this live. So many great ideas. JST Country Girl says, so much good info.
Thank you, Country Girl.
Glenda's Creative Place says, lots of great ideas today. TJ says, I have learned so much. Thank you, guys. Glenda says, Jared, how's the baby? Thank you so much, by the way. Man, he's great. He's crying and pooping a lot. But this, he's starting to pull himself up onto his feet, which means he's going to be walking soon, and I'm not ready. Prayers, guys. Pray for me. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with a walking baby in a tiny apartment. All right. Josie Ann says, great live, guys. Amazing information. We have a couple questions, people who tuned in late, and I don't mean to brush past you, asking what the different papers are. I would encourage you guys, when you get a chance, you can kind of, because after we're done here, this live is going to live forever on our YouTube.
Perfect.
So feel free to check us out on YouTube, and then you can just kind of fast forward between the different parts.
Yeah, easy.
Because I didn't even realize we're at like well over an hour right now.
Really?
Which for us, like we're usually done in about 50 minutes.
I am a boss.
Yeah.
Killing it. That's great. It's felt really natural talking to you guys and showing you all of these products that we have out here. So well over an hour just explaining some of my favorite things is almost like heaven to me. It's very, very easy, and I really, really appreciate it. But just going over without going into full detail, the products that we went over today, one would be our Forever Laser Dark. It's made for garments. You use it with our B Paper Pro to transfer over to light and dark garments. The next one that we went over is our Multi-Trans Pro that we use to make this amazing pizza here. It's able to be transferred onto different substrates. So we're looking outside of t-shirts, outside of hats. We're gonna be looking at metal, wood, aluminum, cork. There's so many on the website. Check it out. Every pack comes with instructions on how to use it accordingly. And the last one that we talked about was our Forever Laser Tattoo Paper. Nice. That is able to be printed directly onto our tattoo paper with the B foil. You'll cut it, apply water to it directly to your skin, and get these amazing, amazing tattoos like Jared and I have now. And I think we're like best friends because we've basically done these together.
Best so buddy it's great. Forever.
Oh yeah. So those are what we went over today, guys.
Alrighty, guys. All right, so we do have a giveaway. Man, lots of love today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you still have questions about any of the products, processes that we use today, like Chris says, you can hit him up on Instagram, Forever Transfers with an S, USA. That's his @ Of course, we carry the line of Forever products here at Heat Press Nation. So you can actually, even if you're watching the replay, you can still comment below. We'll answer your questions in the back in the comments. You can also give us a call at 800-215-0894. You could talk to a real life human being like myself or one of the other members of our sales team. And then of course you can email us, support@heatpressnation.com. We want to help you out. A lot of the cool stuff that we shared today, there's lots of different applications for that. So for the applications, That's up to your imagination. But if you ever want to know, like, hey, how do I actually heat press this? I forgot, whatever. Don't worry, give us a call. We got you covered. All right, it's time for our giveaway. We have 2 winners coming at you today. And so what's gonna happen is in a few moments, you're gonna see a hashtag come up on your screen. To enter this giveaway, all you gotta do is just comment that hashtag. Now you get 1 entry on YouTube and 1 entry on Facebook Live. We're gonna be pulling 1 winner from each. So one person's gonna, sorry.
Can I have some bounds in this giveaway as well?
Yeah.
I want you choose one of the persons and I'll choose the other person. How about that?
Well, the computer does it automatically. I know.
I want someone to DM this to me. I think I would love someone to just follow and DM my page, and the first person that gets that gets a gift card as well.
Do you have your opening up right now?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna do that. So we're gonna pick 1 winner from the streams. We're gonna pull it automatically, and then the first person to DM the hashtag to Forever Transfers USA must be following him, by the way. If you DM him and you're not following him, he's not gonna pick you.
Not at all.
All right, so the hashtag is gonna come on your screen right now. First person in his, there it is. Comment hashtag Forever. All right, he's looking at his inbox right now. And then of course, everybody else, comment on the Facebook live stream, comment on the YouTube live stream, and then the computer, for the streams, the computer's automatically gonna pick somebody to win.
Oh, I got my first one.
You got your first one? Okay. Check if they're following you. If they're not following you, they don't win. Are they following you?
They are.
Oh, okay. Shout them out. What's their at?
So this at and that person will go to Shop SoCal Creative.
Oh, at Shop SoCal Creative. All right, you're the first person to slide into the Forever USA DM. So you're going to be winning one of our gift cards. The other one, don't worry, you guys still have time. I don't have my watch on me. We're going to give you guys about another 30 seconds or so to comment.
So quick.
So go ahead and comment away. Comment hashtag Forever. Make sure you spell it right because the computer doesn't pull misspellings. It only pulls hashtag Forever. You can comment once on the Facebook live stream. You can comment once on the YouTube live stream. And our computer's going to aggregate all of that and randomly choose 1 from the digital hat. Okay. All right. Comments are over. That's it. We're getting ready to pick a winner any second now. The computer is doing a little bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop. And I want to do a drum roll. Let's see. There it is. There it is. We got
Janice.
Can you read
Santos.
that?
Janice Lou Santos.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Janice Lou Santos from Facebook was randomly selected. So thank you so much, Janice. Now, you're going to have to forward me that person's information.
Yes, absolutely.
But
Shop SoCal, make sure to send me, what are we doing? Address, email address?
So okay, well, you just confirmed the winner. So both of you guys, whoever it is, you guys can email us winner@heatpressnation.com for SoCal, what is it?
Shop
my brain
SoCal
is broken.
Creative. Shout out to you, Shop SoCal Creative.
Do me a favor, send us a screenshot of your DM with Chris.
And I'll make sure to send
But both
that
of our
over.
winners, Cindy, can we get that address up on screen one more time? Both of our winners today, whether you DM'd Chris or you commented on the streams, both of our winners, please email us, winner@heatpressnation.com. You guys are both winning a $50 gift card. We're super happy for you, super excited. You could spend that on Forever products or really whatever you want on the Heat Press Nation website. Okay.
Perfect. I'm
gonna need a nap after this.
I need a nap before and after this, but it is what it is, you know. I enjoyed today. I really had a great time just getting to learn with you guys, show you guys these amazing products that we currently have to offer. Just a general overview of myself once again. I am Chris Godfrey. I'm the marketing manager here at the Forever US side. We are a German-based company. There are only 2 US employees here, myself and my friend Hector. If you ever need anything, I understand Jared here is in California, 3 hours before my time in Georgia. But if you are in a different time zone and happen to need me, I'm Eastern. Make sure to reach out with any Forever product questions. It's usually time, temperature, or pressure, guys. Don't ever forget. But if you ever happen to need anything, reach out to me. The number you call will never be a 1-800 number. It will always be me. Anytime you shoot a DM to that page, no one else has access besides me. And I will make sure to help you thoroughly and efficiently. So thank you all for joining. I'm not signing off. I'll let Jared do that. But I really appreciate being here and having the opportunity to just show you guys what I have to offer. Let me know if you need anything. Jared, back to you.
Dude, thank you so much for coming by today, Chris. Honestly, we're so grateful to have such a wealth of knowledge for the Forever White Toner product. So we're super excited about that. Come on, we're gonna close it out. We're gonna close it out together.
Guys.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.